has been an absolute whirlwind of the last 24 hours, especially for Marvel Rivals fans. What is up, peeps? Hope we're all doing well, enjoying your morning so far. Hopefully, you got a cup of coffee next to you, maybe some water or other beverages, because this is going to be a good one. If you guys have not noticed, Marvel Rivals is doing very well. Ever since its launch, everyone and their mom is still playing this game, but some not so good news over the past 24 hours is layoffs have now struck their North American branch. This being an office over in Seattle, and one of their game directors and his entire team has now been laid off. We have found out after the fact it's just a handful or so of employees, but it led to a lot of outcry out there of the gaming industry where you can have a game doing this well that is still laying off people. So what do you guys think? As people first became aware of this when Thaddeus, what a name by the way, Thaddeus is actually one of the former game directors who has now been laid off by NetEase and based over in Seattle, as he posted to LinkedIn saying, "This is such a weird industry. My stellar, talented team just helped deliver an incredibly successful new franchise in Marvel Rivals for NetEase games, and we're just laid off. Oh well, times are tough all over. Let's find these incredible people new jobs because we all need to eat." Right? And so then he starts talking about one of his employees. I think his plan over on LinkedIn, if you guys want to check him out, is to go, give props and credits to the rest of his remaining team, which was laid off by NetEase Games, seemingly out of nowhere. And when you talk about the gaming industry and why this is sucky and why this was actually sad, still is, but especially at first the outcry it brought is because a game like Marvel Rivals has had one of the best launches that we have seen in a long, long time compared to any game out there. The last couple of months, they've had record-breaking numbers. They're still averaging concurrently almost 250,000 players just on Steam online alone. And just last month broke their all-time peak concurrent player base numbers. I think it was like over 640,000 players. So the game is doing extremely well. We all know that because everyone continues to play it. So at the same time, when your game is breaking records and doing so well, to be doing layoffs, people are like, how does that make sense? This does not compute. To which a ton of streamers, a ton of creators have now given their responses, even some of their theories as to why this happened. We had Ninja, Timthetatman, Cloaksy, Shroud, even Ludwig popping a tweet out there saying the gaming industry is just freaking evil, which at times it certainly feels that way, but here are some of their reactions.
What did Denny just say?
Fuck? The dev team got fired for Marvel Rivals.
Huh. Oh my god.
That's odd.
I'm not a hero.
What?
I'm the
Weird
Punisher.
industry. My stellar, talented team helped deliver an incredible, successful new franchise at Marvel Rivals for NetEase Games, and we were just laid off.
The U.S. studio side is what Mitch is saying.
Oh, the U.S. side did?
Yeah, that is really odd.
That's weird.
Why would they do that?
What the fuck? Guys, get the...
That just seems, it seems odd.
Ooh, NetEase is Chinese. So people are thinking it's like a tariff thing.
Oh shit.
It's a political firing. Could be crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wow.
you have a rocket main. How happy are you right now?
Pretty excited, man. But I'd rather have you. You know what I mean? I'd rather have
Oh,
you next to
shit.
me, side by side.
Oh my god. Horny.
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
You could say that it's software or hard products, but I mean, it could just be like an exacerbation, right, of the war between China and America. You know what I mean? The not physical war, but what you guys are understanding is that man, this is why I don't talk politics in chat. Americans have lost jobs, right? I'm saying if this is what it is, the reasoning, Americans have lost jobs.
Bro, Ty does this thing sometimes where he starts talking and then he just can't stop, dude. He's done this for years, man. I don't know. Like he just, sometimes it's like you kind of want to reel him in a little, but just got to let him go sometimes, I guess.
Like that's it. It's as simple as that. And again, that's even if that's what, if what Dennis just read is true and all these other things.
Yeah. My chat was saying it's a research and development branch.
But do not fear, everyone, because we now have a response from NetEase Games. And I do realize there might have been a bit of an uproar, maybe a bit too surgent of an outcry out there, given it was only a handful of layoffs. But at the same time, I still kind of stand to it, whether it's over in China, here in America, when you're laying people off and you're doing so well, it's tough. It's tough to, especially for the dev industry and the gaming industry side of things, to convince someone to want to work on a game when you can do the best job possible and still be fired, that it isn't necessarily a strong talking point to want to be joining that industry. But NetEase has now responded. As they stated, we recently made the difficult decision to adjust Marvel Rivals' development team structure for organizational reasons and to optimize development efficiency for the game. This resulted in a reduction of a design-based team in Seattle that is part of a larger global design function in support of Marvel Rivals. We appreciate the hard work and dedication of those affected and will be treating them confidentially and respectfully with recognition for their individual contributions. We want to reassure our fan base that the core development team for Marvel Rivals, which is led by our lead producer and game creative director. I think they wanted to make note of that because a lot of headlines saying that they had laid off their game director when they have several. Although Thaddeus was one of them, this seems to be their main one over in China, remains fully committed to delivering an exceptional experience. We are investing more, not less, into the evolution and growth of this game. We're excited to deliver new superhero characters, maps, features, and content to ensure an engaging live service. So definitely trying to, quell the fires out there. And I will say it was a bit of a strong outcry. I think guys, don't hold me to this, but I do agree with Shroud and what he said. I know he's known for his hot takes, but when a game is doing this well, maybe the expectation is to repurpose said employees instead of getting rid of and firing them. And yeah, they might be chopping up some additional expenses that they're incurring over in America. And then there's a lot of other theories out there because NetEase being over in China, the Seattle-based team, of course, over here in America, they're cutting ties with them. I'm not diving into the politics of all of this. I'm just here to say that it sucks to see more layoffs, but I am sure that small team that was laid off by NetEase over from Marvel Rivals, I'm sure they're going to be a hot commodity given what they did do.
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking over there.
What?
They laid off their game director, so maybe...
Well, not really.
I just read a title. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, no, that's very blown out of proportion. It sucks that they got laid off, but they
It's a branch.
it was like a Seattle branch that just focused on R&D and QA. So I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of shitty, but it's kind of pointless now. They should have repurposed them though. They should have found the right thing to do. Yeah, the right thing to do is your game is successful and find a way to repurpose these guys instead of canning them. So that sucks, but it's not gonna mean
NetEase though as well. So
my guess is NetEase wants to keep their business and all of their branches in China, not in America. So that's probably why they shut it down, is my guess.
Given their efforts on this Marvel Rivals title, I think they'll be just fine. So what do you guys think about all this? Till next time, take care of yourselves. Cheers. All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Yeah.